we are going to read a story called Puppy Love. If anybody who knows me knows that I love animals, and I actually work with puppies on the weekends. Not right now because they're also closed, and I miss them. But let's read a story. Look, you can see all the different types of dogs. We have Boston Terriers and Basset Hounds. There's another Basset Hound up there. Dalmatians, a Terrier, Dachshunds. Miss Najette has a Dachshund. So let's see. Puppy Love, written by Dick King-Smith and illustrated by Anita Jerram. I love baby animals of all sorts, but I especially love puppies. One of the reasons I love them so much is because they're so bumbling. It's the best word I can think of to describe a little animal that bounces about clumsily, falling over his own 2 feet and everybody else's, wagging his tail all the time with a tongue that's ready to lick you and grinning all over his face. Some people say that puppies are naughty, but when they do things they shouldn't, like chewing holes in your slippers, or knocking over a table and breaking things, or chasing the cat or making a puddle on the carpet, it's not because they're naughty, it's just because they're puppies. They don't know any better. They just have to be taught. Just like when you guys are growing up, we help to teach you. We've had lots of puppies in our family, from small ones like Dachshunds and Terriers to big ones like German Shepherds and even bigger ones like Great Danes. They're very big. They're kind of like the size of a pony. Not to mention, we've had all different pups of all different shapes and sizes. One of the biggest puppies we ever had was a Great Dane. He was only 10 weeks old when we brought him home, and he already looked huge. So look at him next to the kitty and next to the dachshund. He lay down on the hearth rug in front of the fireplace, and you could just see him thinking, I may be very young, but I'm already very big, and from now on, this rug is my place to lie. What should we call him? We said to each other. Something old-fashioned and gentlemanly, we thought, so we chose Humphrey. Later on, when he was full grown, Humphrey was always very careful not to tread on any of the little dogs that we had. So he was very careful not to step on them. And he was especially gentle with the puppies, even when they tried to climb all over him or jump up and pull his tail. Oh my goodness, see? They just don't know yet. One of the smallest puppies we ever had was a dachshund. We called her Dodo. I forget why. Maybe because it had been my grandfather's pet name for my grandmother. I remember we drove a long way to collect her from the farm where she lived. Part of the farmhouse kitchen was taken up by kind of a huge dog bed covered in old rugs and blankets. And there were dachshunds, more than 15 of them, all there except for one little puppy. That looks like the puppy. There she sat, perfectly happy amongst the grown-ups. She was the last of her litter. Her brothers and sisters had all gone to new homes, and now she would leave too. Her mother gave her one last lick and a nuzzle, and Dodo trotted towards us, tail wagging and ears flopping. For us, it was puppy love at first sight. Look at how cute. Once she was home, we put her down on the lawn and introduced her to another Great Dane we had named Daniel. Most puppies would have been terrified at the sight of this monster. Not Dodo. Daniel lowered his great head while Dodo raised hers, and they touched noses. There are lots of things that puppies need to learn when they first come to live with you, like housebreaking. We made sure that we took Dodo out first thing in the morning and the last thing at night, after each meal and as often as we could in between. And whenever she went potty outside, we would say, "Good girl," or "Good Dodo." There are lots of things puppies need you to do for them too. While they're between 8 and 12 weeks, you should have to take them to the vet to get vaccinated. So that means that they need some shots to make sure that they stay safe. They need a new collar with a tag that has their name and address on it in case they get lost. They need a leash, and by the daytime they need good food to eat and clean water to drink. And at night they need a bed of their own. Most of all, puppies need love. There's nothing they like better than to be stroked and scratched and patted and played with. They like lots of affection, just like you do. Look at him getting his belly rubbed. For some time now, we've had only one dog named Lil Elsie. She's Dodo's granddaughter, but now she has company. We just bought a German Shepherd puppy who's 10 weeks old, and we named her Fly. I almost forgot that this kind of looks like Kaylani, Owen's dog, in pre-K. So let's see. Fly is heavy and hairy and bumbling and bright and beautiful. The garden looks as if a tank had just gone through it. It's full of her toys, my old slipper, an ancient hearth brush, a rubber bone that squeaks. There are lots of things that Fly needs to learn, and there are lots of things that Fly needs us to do for her. But there's one thing that she won't ever lack, because she gets lots of it already, and that's puppy love. How cute. So there's Dodo coming up for some puppy love. And there's our puppies again on the back. Alrighty. Hope you guys liked my story, and I'll read you next time. Bye.